Welcome to AltJake Takes On. Hello again, everybody. We are back. I am AltJake. You're listening to AltJake Takes On, episode number 28. Knocking these out like nobody's business. I love it. As always, I'm with my buddy George. How you doing today, my friend?
Wow, 28 episodes and 300 subscriptions.
Yes, that's a big one. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed and everyone, for sharing it out there. That was cool to hit an actual milestone. I felt like that was a pretty big one.
Yeah, one down, couple more to go. Many more to go. Many.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Thanks for everybody for tuning in for our Sunday night spaces. That last one we had more of an open mic situation, but thanks for everybody who stick around. I think it was kind of a good way to do it, of us running through and doing a review of what happened in front of us, and then getting into the open mic night, which I kind of think will probably happen this weekend with everything going on.
Yeah, there's a lot. Saturday. There's a lot to review. We're probably not going to get too much open mic.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. So just to preface that with everybody, and I'll let everybody know when we start that one too. But yeah, no, there's going to be a heck of a weekend ahead of us for sure.
Yeah, excitement. Speaking of excitement.
Yes.
As you know, I peruse YouTube once in a while and check out what's going on. So I was looking at a show that popped up on my feed. And I'm like, what is this? Danny Jones Concrete Podcast. Danny Jones, and the concrete is spelled KONCRETE. He had Bubba the Love Sponge on.
Uh-oh.
Right?
Okay.
So I was watching, and I got one bit of thing I took off of it, which is pretty funny. But there's so much in there. It's really where he tells a lot of stories about Hogan and stuff, and that's where I'm going with the first one. So Bubba's telling the story. He's like, in 1996, the Sultan Company calls Hogan. And you're going to recognize the story. And Cornette always says there's a grain of truth in what Hogan says. Well, here you go.
Right. That's why he's great with it. That's one of the better parts of Hogan. Yeah.
So the Sultan Company, SALTANTON, I'm sorry. They call Hogan and they offer him.
Am I supposed to say, is it the George Foreman grill story?
A blender.
Or
a blender.
Okay. All right.
Hogan at the time was obviously bodybuilding and making protein shakes and all this stuff. So he chose to endorse the blender. The Thunder. It's called a Thunder. What the hell is it called? The Hogan Thunder Mixer. That's what it's called.
Thunder Mixer.
Now, so he took that.
Average Thunder. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he took that endorsement. And if you look, they're for sale now, but they're so cheap, dude.
Oh, I'm looking. I'm Googling.
Yeah. Okay. There's only like 2 spindles at the bottom. Bubba was saying that you couldn't even put a piece of ice in there. The thing would break. It was terrible. But
yeah, it looks awful.
He did have a choice with the grill, but they said the grill just wasn't even a thing thinking through. You think about it. So they said they would just rib him all the time. That was a $200 million mistake.
Yeah, no, boy, what you're saying, it was one of those things where, in hindsight, yeah, it was a terrible decision not to do it. But at the time, I mean, it wasn't like it was going to be a big. No, hang on.
You would think the blender would have been a big hit, but there was a piece of crap.
Yeah, no, hang on. Let me
see
share
if you look at a picture of it.
Yeah, no, we got this right here. We are going to share this screen, right? Add the stage. There we go. Yeah, there we go. The Hulk Hogan Thunder Mixer. Yeah.
And if you look at it, it's.
Oh yeah,
it can't take down an ice cube.
Yeah, no, I mean it looks just terrible. I mean, it's so thin. Yeah, what is the? Oh yeah, here you go. Here's one out of the box. Like just, oh man, what is that? Like it's not even like just what is this? Oh man, no, and then I was on. If you go to the it was here you go. They can get it on eBay for $20. So yeah, the people are still selling them. But that was my first question: was how much are they going for on eBay? $20. Woo. And that's more gotta be just for the nostalgia of it or whatever. Ain't nobody using this thing. Wow.
Yeah, I figured I'd tell that story because it's always been out there that Hogan missed the call for the Foreman grill, but it never happened. Bubba's a lot of things, but he's not a liar.
Yeah. Well, and it's one of those things too that again, Hogan was good with the with the timing Back then when you couldn't review it, you couldn't check into it. It's like you can go back and look, now with the internet, it's so easy to like, no, we can tell that you weren't. Oh man, I didn't. I had heard that he had done some sort of product like this, but I never really had looked into it or seen it. Yeah, man.
I wasn't going to tell you ahead of time, but I figured the surprise would be more.
No, that's great. It works much better. Live reactions are fun. 9 times out of 10, you'll get the funniest things that we'll say out of it. I didn't know that existed.
Yeah,
not at least like, wow, man.
So that's
$20.
It's called Danny Jones Concrete Podcast. He has like 1.2 million subscribers on YouTube. Very big.
Nice. No, and I mean, obviously, now's the time. It's going to be the most interesting part of like with what's going on with Hogan. Bubba's almost the mouthpiece for the situation because Brooke's not going to want to is talking about it, and Nick isn't either. It's it's hard because it's obviously still like what's going on with all of that. It's still up in the air as far as I understand.
He's laid off.
No,
he is laid off talking about it because Brooke came out and said that Florida, Pinellas County is doing a good job and everything, and Bubba was really harping on him, and he backed right off of it. So
good for him. It's honor the family with it. It's still just a crazy situation of all of what's going to go out and come out of this. I feel like we're getting another episode of Dark Side of the Ring out of this one.
Might never end.
I was just, oh man. Well, yeah, that's, I didn't know Bubba was doing interviews like that. That's interesting. We'll have to keep people updated with it because I feel like this is, if anything, like for me, I don't pay that much attention to it. So every time you come with this information, I'm like, oh, this.
Yeah, I happen to stumble across it.
Hey, it's in the algorithm for it. No, that's cool. Yeah. That's good information to come back with. Yeah, no, that was anything else.
Yeah, there's other nuggets that he drops throughout the course of it. I just picked this one. So
yeah, no, that's it's pretty funny. I'm still looking at the pictures over there at eBay. All right, I gotta get back over here.
It's great.
Anything else? Yeah. So I didn't have anything else you wanted to get into before.
We got
a lot to cover in here for it. So we're gonna start with the NXT Homecoming show, which I thought. I mean, they advertised the crap out of this. This was done so well with the stars that were coming back, and you knew there were still going to be some different surprises and stuff. But they had to kick it off with Triple H and Shawn Michaels. You weren't get Triple H starting it and Shawn coming out. Now, the thing about this is they had that little like, oh, what if I want to come back kind of thing, and then Regal comes out and says War Games, but I think that was more just for the pop and for the moment, guys, because people are trying to say, are they going to be Team Triple H versus Team HBK?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, it could. I just don't see
why would they have put it there,
right? And with what we're thinking is coming, and what I think is coming, as we'll get into as we get in the show. The War Games is going to be TNA versus NXT.
Yeah, so Triple H and Shawn combined their genius to have a team, and they go against that.
Now see that I like. Yeah, team to them together with it, because I mean that was like it just makes the most sense. So you don't need to have another faction or war thing going on when you have this TNA thing pretty much lined right up for it. But they came out and Triple H put everybody over and put, Full Sail over, put the whole, and the video package at the beginning. That's what I wanted to mention for it. That was
old school.
Yeah. They always do great video packages, but I feel like that one was just, that one was on another level, and especially too, because of, they had, not super popular, like giant mainstream, but Coheed and Cambria is pretty popular, and that for the music. And then they had no problem showing people that are now in AEW or no longer with the company. I thought that was pretty cool too, because sometimes WWE is known for just kind of shoving things over or pushing things off. But they've even done that, like back with then they had that, was it like top 10 greatest moments on A&E they were doing with Michael Cole. One of the top 10 Raw moments was Jericho's debut, so they didn't hold back from it. So I don't think they don't care.
By the way, folks, I watched NXT this week.
Yes, and watched it live too. Yeah, no, you texted me earlier that you were going to watch it. I figured. You saw. I don't know if you saw the ratings, but they were over 7.
Yeah, 737.
Yeah, I thought it was 738. So thank you. I knew it was over 730, and obviously with the main roster talent, that was the idea was to get a lot of eyes on the show, but it obviously worked for it. And then they kicked off too, with the first talent that comes out is Charlotte Flair and then Alexa Bliss, and to have the tag match, which I thought was a great moment. Charlotte also was I thought it was cool for both of them just to put over so many different women, whether they're
The
in the company or
the
not.
4 horsemen minus Mercedes. Because they didn't mention Sasha Banks at all, did they?
No. Well, I feel that's because she's been so vocal. There's certain things you got to kind of,
She was an original 4 horsewoman.
She was. No, because it's Charlotte, Bailey, Becky, Sasha is the 4 horsewomen.
Yeah,
to my understanding of. And well, the thing is, Charlotte did just say the 4 horsewomen and then got into other names. So I feel like that was her way of doing it as best she could. Yeah. But they did say Ember Moon. They mentioned her. There was a couple others too that I was surprised to hear the name drop. But it was cool to see. It was a good way to start the show. You had the women's tag title match where you knew Charlotte and Alexa were going to retain. Tyler Breeze versus Ethan Page was fun. I thought this was a cool little thing too for a setup because I'm convinced once Trick drops the TNA title and goes up that they should team these two up and actually invest them in the tag division. Maybe even have Miz be their manager because, Miz is just great for taking bumps. We don't need him to be in matches so much. We just want to see him get his ass kicked. So maybe a manager is a good role for Miz. I didn't think about it.
Yeah, he kind of surprised me popping up. I wasn't expecting that.
Ditto. I was saying, I was like, oh shit. And honestly, thinking about it and talking it out with you now, I kind of think that really would work well. He's a great mouthpiece. I mean, not that they need it, but he's also, I mean, let's be real. Think if you want what about him, but from anybody, of people love him, people hate him, more people hate him, but he's a 20-year professional in the business who doesn't get injured and knows how to play the game. I mean, that's a brain I would like to pick if I was a young talent, at least in my opinion.
If Trick comes up though, I don't want him in a tag team. Me personally, I want him as a single star, man.
I agree. I just wouldn't be surprised if they put them just to start him off.
I would be surprised.
Yeah, I mean,
I would because Trick offers everything that they need. He's a good dude. He works well. He works heel and face. He's got a catchy entrance song. People can just go whoop that Trick all day. It's the same crap,
Yeah,
part 2.
Point. Yeah, no, you got a very valid point. I'm just. I always get worried about people coming up as a single, and not everybody's Braun Breaker that can make it work and work. I mean, like Mello was great in NXT, and his main roster run's been mediocre, and so I just, that's things that I think of where try to optimize and give them the best chance to succeed. And then they can have a feud and break up. It doesn't have to be a long team with it, but you're definitely right. Trick is a main single star for the future, like top of the card eventually. I mean, he's got the size, he's got the look, he's picked it up fast because I mean, when he was Mello's lackey and just being, about it and whatever else he was saying, you were like, okay, this guy's kind of big and goofy, and you thought maybe he'd be, muscle at best. And then over the 3 years that he's been doing this, he's really proven himself to be a star and somebody who listens and learns. Everybody, whenever you see anybody who's on the main roster that does anything in NXT, like I've heard CM Punk say it, I've heard Cody say it, and there's somebody else too that said, the people that are trying to learn and do well down there, and they always say Lexus King, Trick Williams, it was Breaker until he went up there. It's the guy's a sponge and wants to learn, which is what. That's again back to the NIL thing. He was a football player. He knows how to take coaching. He knows how to be coached. He knows how to take constructive criticism and use it to get better, clearly. And good for him, man. I really like Trick. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes up, his first opponent is Mello.
That might be a better way to do it. Have it be his first feud, have this kind of started. Yeah, no, you got a point.
Just get him comfortable. Get him comfortable with somebody he's worked with before.
Yeah. Not something I got to talk about a bunch, but just I think probably the most fun moment was Finn Balor coming out and doing his old entrance with the NXT crowd. Like that worked on the main roster and it was fun, but I just always felt like that was his NXT entrance, and that's fun to do though.
How would you have liked to have been Miles Bourne was in there, right? Is that his name?
Well, it was Lexus King and then Miles.
No,
Bourne.
Miles Bourne is the one that got to do the
yes.
Some of those pretty cool.
Yeah, no, as anybody who follows me on Twitter knows, I'm a giant fan of Miles Bourne. I think that guy's got an amazing future ahead of him, and not just because of overcoming the disability of being deaf, but just the guy's got the charisma and he's funny. If you follow him on Twitter, man, he's hilarious. I still never forget he took the thing with people say, what did he say? He said people compare me to Randy Orton, but he hears voices in his head and I can't hear shit. And just that moment, I was like,
that's all work.
Right. I know. It was just it was a tweet that he said.
I'm kidding about the deafness.
Nope, I missed that one. That's swing and a miss on Jake. But other great moment was Bobby Roode coming back and having the glorious. People were saying, "Oh, he didn't get a pop from the crowd." It's like, no, they had the thing ready to hit the glorious button. Like I guarantee you, he got a pop in the audience. But this was cool to see Joe Hendry here in this to come through, because I feel like obviously people are like, is he signed with NXT? Is he not? I feel like that's part of, they're doing that on purpose.
He's in the entrance.
Right, but and he's in the OVP, but I feel like there's going to be something when the TNA invasion happens, which I want to talk about here, because I think it's going to happen starting this Tuesday during this match, right? It's so set up well with
everyone getting on Twitter going,
and they kept mentioning it. Like that's what Vic mentioned it at least twice, maybe thrice, where they were saying, "Oh, they're all pissed off."
Yeah, as I was seeing them pop up, they were showing up on the screen. As I'm looking at my phone, I'm seeing them, and they pop right up. Hey,
everyone's exactly where they're supposed to be. Yeah, it's and I saw some of the some news outlets trying to run with it, being like real news outlets. I'm air quoting, and then obviously like the AEW sickos being like, "Well, see, that's what happens. You sell your company out," and it's like, do you not? Oh my god! Like this is the most obvious and clear work.
Yeah, perfect. It's the perfect way for neither of these guys to lose a belt.
Right, exactly.
Because this match is going to happen, but it's not going to come to an end.
Right, and having it be because of TNA being mad, and I mean, Bound for Glory, it's 3.5 weeks away. Like it's coming right up. Like it's going to be set up well. This is the whole point, to get to put TNA on top of them as high as they can go on their mountain. You know, that's what the partnership is about. They want to make them look better while using their NXT stars and making them look better. It's a win-win for everybody. And
seems to be working pretty good.
I think it's been great. I see no problems with any of it. And then the other great moment that I had to shout out was Stephanie Becker and Rhea Ripley attempting to murder Booker T. It's the double devil's kiss. Look at the best part of this picture is Vic Joseph back there on the left. Just you can see him just staring at Book like, "How you doing, buddy? You need a heart pill?"
I'm okay with Booker doing this. I think it's a little extreme at times, but it is what it is.
No, it is. He's fun. Okay, yeah, no, there are times where the only problem I ever have with Booker on commentary is when he steps over Vic when he's kind of going, because sometimes Booker, and because Booker is funny and he's mostly great on commentary. There's just a couple points where I'm like, just to let Vic go a little bit, and that's where I think Corey Graves was good of kind of working with Booker in that way and helping, because Vic is really good at what he does and helping putting the young talent over and showing how they grow and but this was just hilarious. I posted the video of that with the gif of Booker on the floor going all corpse faced from back in the day. But that was a fun show. NXT was great. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to next week when the TNA invasion starts. I'm wondering exactly how that's going to work. That's why I brought up Joe Hendry, because I'm wondering if it'll seem like he's on TNA. And shout out to Evil Dose. I saw he posted Joe Hendry will sign his NXT contract during the invasion and switch sides. And I was like, that'd be fun. That's that's
interesting.
Right? Yeah.
But the one thing that's nice is Sean and Hunter have been through this and they saw how Vince screwed it up.
Right.
An invasion. So they're going to know what to do, I think.
Right. Well, and you're getting
confidence.
Obviously there's no comparison into the sense of the top stars of what TNA is and who the top stars of WCW were, but the top stars of TNA will be involved in this. Like, Mike Santana's who they've been we've been talking about it for 4 or 5 months at this point, of Mike Santana is going to win the belt and it's going to be great. And he's obviously going to be involved in this one. AJ Francis is one of, if not the top heel in that company, and he's been doing stuff with Trick too. So it's going to be fun. And I think honestly, even on TNA tonight, there's probably going to be, they're probably going to started at this point. They're going to be saying something. You might get like a hint that they're going to come into NXT. I'm actually
looking forward to have a meeting. Let's have a meeting backstage.
Yeah. And I wonder because I know at least the last 2 weeks, TNA has put Impact live on YouTube, and I'm wondering
tonight if they're going to do anything.
I was just going to say, I'm like, if there's any night to do it, exactly. And I mean, honestly, with the WWE, like, you know, access is whatever it is. You know, they don't really, it doesn't matter to them as much. I feel like if they can get the eyes on it through YouTube and show that to a television company or a streamer and have WWE as the partner, it just makes too much sense. But
yeah.
You
see, next week's NXT show probably open. I'm going to fantasy book this real quick.
Love it. Let's go.
Perhaps you have the TNA group out front, you know, getting together, talking in the parking lot, because the NXT parking lot is the most dangerous spot.
It really is.
World. We all know that already.
It is. That's a good point.
Have the guy, you know, do the slow build throughout the show. Yeah. This would be like, how am I thinking? Maybe like no, that's not it. But maybe just a slow build throughout the show where the talents from TNA are coming together as one heel, baby face. They're all shaking hands. Just this once, I'll be with you. That sort of thing. Yeah. And then during that main event, they go in there and they trash the place.
Yeah.
Because there can't be a winner. So
no. That's for sure. No, that's for sure. Or you have something where you do some of that tonight where people can kind of align together or not hate each other or whatever, and they break in at the end of the show.
You gotta have people trying to get in.
Yeah,
the YouTube thing tonight would be important.
Yeah. No, I would be shocked if they're not on YouTube tonight. And then obviously NXT will be good about showing highlights or talking about it in different ways too. I'm very interested to see it, and hopefully, I mean, for what they've been, the NXT they knew NXT Homecoming was going to be the most eyes they were going to get on the show, and probably going to get a lot of eyes through social media on it. So they were doing really well of promoting next week's show. And who doesn't want to see Trick versus Oba? Whether you know the storylines or not of what's going on with TNA, that match is a draw on its own. So I'm excited and looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
Awesome. So then I guess that means we should probably get into the weekend ahead that we've got. We'll go in chronological order since they moved the time of it. AEW All Out Toronto.
Would you have left at the same time, or would you have moved it?
Yes. At this point, I don't think moving like.
No, I asked the question. Would you?
Yeah.
You said yes.
No, sorry. Moving it. No, I don't think they should have moved it. They should have. You said, would you have left it? I would have left it. You shouldn't have moved the time this late in the game. That's the point. Like, if you were going to do it, you had to, because I just think of the people like you talked about, the people that live in Buffalo that were going to drive in for the show and maybe stay that night. You know what I mean? Like, now you got to drive in way earlier. Can you check into your hotel? Like, it's just, no.
Yeah, granted, it's only a 3-hour drive from Buffalo, but you got Detroit, you got Buffalo, you got Chicago, Cleveland, Syracuse. Right.
Yeah, anybody. And then God forbid if people are going to fly in the day of, you know, like, it's just, you moved it way too late for that, especially for the excuses that they made of like, oh, well, after the success they had with whatever, like, well, then book it for that from the beginning. Or just, I don't know, just like, and you know, it's going to be a long night for the folks in Toronto. Yeah, this is a long show. Like, there's the pre-show matches that we don't need to really talk. I'm not gonna watch the pre-show. I mean, I'll keep it. I'll watch the Ops versus who is it? The Workhorsemen. I feel so bad for Samoa Joe. Yeah, I love Samoa Joe, and I think Hobbs could be great. But yeah, it's a big draw.
They picked some weird people to put in the pre-show, like people you would think that would actually maybe get a buy or two.
Right, especially the women. I mean, well, yeah. Not that first one there, the bottom left with Daniel Garcia with who is that? Oh, Shibata. Right. Yeah. And the picture. This is the best quality picture you can get of the whole match card. When you see the WWE one, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, this is 13 matches. I know that 3 of them are on the pre-show, but just, you don't need to put everybody on every.
It's not bad for a pre-show for them.
Yeah. Though. I mean, yeah. What? We're recording this before. Have they done? Did they do Collision? Is it tonight? Did it Thursday now? Yeah. So they could add another one. Like,
oh, they will.
Oh, they absolutely will.
There's always something popping around the corner.
Yeah. No. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like, you got the Hurt Syndicate. I almost called them a business, but I got the Hurt Syndicate. Versus, what are they called? Command, Ricochet, and the Gates of Agony. Like, just that's your yeah. It just I get surprised that this is what we're doing. Like, I'm just like, because the Hurt Syndicate were over. I'm
trying to say things, but I can't help you out. I'm sorry.
No, you're there is no help. There's legitimately no help. You know, you can't like, you just can't. Like, the Hurt Syndicate were so fucking over. I get so mad. Like, my brain, I can't function. Like, they were so over, and this is what you did. Like, this is where you went with them.
It's interesting. It's just a lot of interesting things. A lot of interesting things.
I guess.
Like, Ricochet even tweeted out that this would be a great opportunity for people to come to AEW. We talked about this.
Yeah.
Where they should take advantage of something and bring down the prices and advertise it. But
absolutely,
when you look at the card,
yeah.
What kind of, if you have you have maybe a daughter and a son, age 12 and 15.
Sure.
Are they going to want to see this?
What is appealing to them within this? Yeah,
that's
exactly.
No, it's a great idea. It's a great idea. We talked about it's a great idea. Lower your prices and advertise that you're family friendly. WWE's charging for corporate, blah, blah, blah. We've been through it.
Yeah.
But after you cut through that slice of your pie, you're looking at this going, where's the appeal for?
Yeah. No, I mean, there, no, like, absolutely. I mean, I was trying to figure out which match to start with. Well, since we're going there, we'll start with the coffin match. You know, like this, there's going to be, I mean, the picture of Darby's already in black and white here because he's bloody in the freaking match graphic. Like, they're going to, Mox is already like, didn't he do the thing with his ear at the last pay-per-view? It's going to be a blood fest. This is going to
nothing changed with his character, right?
Nothing.
He loses the title. Nothing changed at all.
No.
Okay.
No, he didn't. I still don't know, how was him losing the title not the end of his character of this? Like, you've got to go away and come back. Yeah. No, good. And all they've done is gotten more Death Riders. Now Daniel Garcia's a Death Rider, and Marina Shafir's doing stuff with her husband, from what I'm seeing online. Like, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. And then Darby, like, he had a world title shot that Mox took away from him last September. Wasn't that at the freaking?
I think.
Exactly. I don't remember exactly, but it happened a while ago, and he went and climbed Everest and came back, and now he gets a coffin match, not for the title. Oh, not just that I think Darby should have the title. That is it. It's just, why not? Like, sure. But yeah, this is gonna be, if you want to be a family friendly product, you can have one match like this, maybe every couple of shows. You don't need it every single week, and then every pay-per-view to have multiple. Like, by the end of it, your mat's covered in blood. You've got the unified title, where you've got what is that? Is it what's Okada? So that's I couldn't blank on his name. I literally blanked on his name because he's so fucking boring. You got Okada, Mascarada, or is it Mascara Dorada? And then that's where Takeshita is. This guy who actually has talent and could be great. You're just sticking him in a random trios match. You've got there's a ladder match in there somewhere. Yeah, that's what you want. There we go. There's the 4-way ladder match for the AEW tag titles, where you got Brodito, the Young Bucks, Jet Speed, and then the Callis family of Hechishero and Josh Alexander, who has not won a match since he started in AEW.
We thought he was going to win the other night, but I guess he didn't.
Yeah, he never does. And he talks about, I wanted to sign the company to work with the best. No, you signed the company to be a high-paid jobber. But why do you need a 4-way ladder match on this card? Like, what? I mean, how much talent?
I don't know.
Yeah. You got the return of Eddie Kingston wasn't he one of your, I mean, maybe not a big star, but he was like the heart and soul of the company. You were trying to make him your Mick Foley. Your return was done on a Collision, and he's facing Big Bill. What? No, that did not work. No, none of it worked.
Yeah, I just remember last time I saw Kingston, he does those quick chops.
Oh,
where he chops the opponent while simultaneously chopping his own chest to make the noise.
Yeah. Oh yeah, or like his leg kind of too. He just like that. Yeah, it looks like
I am not an Eddie Kingston fan, even when he was somewhat of a star.
There was a point where I thought I could work because I just, but his work never worked out. Like that point when he like wrote that article that was very heartfelt and and but
that
just
nice.
But it's one of those things that there's a reason why like his feuds with everybody like Claudio and Punk and a few others are like we want to see you get yourself together and get in shape and actually be able to do this.
There you go,
got
right
the right
there.
mind and you don't. And like
get
that should be something to motivate you. Yeah.
Get in shape.
They're not doing that because they hate you. Yeah, they want you to get in shape. Ah, I get so pissed.
I'd be interested to see what he looks like when he comes back. I haven't seen him yet.
So I haven't either. I just know that it's happened. I don't even know. I don't know if he's actually been on TV. If he don't watch.
He was not yesterday. I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing him.
I haven't seen any highlights. I usually catch through the highlights through Twitter because you can catch most of the show and what you need. But I haven't seen anything of it. I haven't. So I was wondering if it was maybe on a Collision or maybe they're just talking about it
tonight.
I don't know. Possibly. I don't know.
Probably if it's going to be anytime, it's going to be tonight.
Yeah, if you're gonna have it happen before,
you have a choice,
or it'll be on the pre-show. Jesus Christ! And then you've got MJF doing the tables and tax match with Mark Briscoe. Like, why? I don't. Tables and thumbtacks match. There we go. That's what we need.
Okay, we're gonna get into it again, I guess.
Yeah.
Briscoe had a chance to be easily the biggest baby face in the entire world. WWE, AEW, TNA, MLW, it didn't matter. Unfortunately, when his brother passed, after he had time to decide if he was going to stay in the ring or not, he came back. That's the time. Sympathy figure.
You had it.
Right there.
Yeah.
It's easy. Anybody could have done this.
Right. And I mean, it's one of those things where like you didn't have to put the world title on him, but you should have for a bit.
Oh, just work it out. People have done it for you.
Yeah. But you could have done it. The way this company is and where it is, they could have done it where they put it like he wins it at the pay-per-view and loses it a week or two later or whatever. It's all about him when he got it or whatever, or just have it where he comes close and like pulls the Rocky and goes the distance but loses. That's fine. Yeah, you could have had him be in a main event situation beyond just, and he's a good worker. Like he's crazy, but he's one of the best. Worker. Yeah, he's one in that company. He's absolutely one of the best because he's an actual worker. And they just put him in dumb shit after dumb shit.
Yeah, that's the problem though, because he's such a good worker and he loves the business. He's killing himself working. Yeah, taking these bumps that he's taking. Yes. Dude, they're fucking insane.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure he's paying for him and his brother's family for the next few generations, I assume, with what Tony pays.
I wouldn't be doing all the stuff he does though.
I wouldn't either. But that's I just, because he's such a good person, that's what's happening. Like he's put in, so that I appreciate that, but I feel bad. I mean, it's like we've talked about it before. Same with Wardlow, where you had that moment after MJF and they did the fucking security guard thing, or Lexis King / Brian Pillman Jr. after the Dark Side aired episode. You had him job to MJF and then go back to the Varsity Blondes. Like it just, they have these things that are presented in front of him and they just shit the bed. That's just the bottom line. And speaking of shitting the bed, Riho's back.
Can't wait for this.
Oh, fucking hell.
This will be awesome.
This one, shout out to AEW Neckbeards. He always puts that the comparison of what AEW has to what WWE has, and they're always usually funny. But the one of, what was it, 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago now, where it was AJ Lee and Riho, your big returns. Like that's
they were both pretty much the same, weren't they?
It was. I think it was the Dynamite after AJ Lee's return, or maybe the Dynamite before.
Yeah.
And we knew AJ was coming back. So yeah, that was there.
AJ did 187 million social media impressions. Riho did about 185 million, probably. Maybe not. Maybe minus.
I was gonna say 187, just period. Like that was it, because they're social.
Yeah, it's probably about right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't that bad. I'm sure it's in the hundreds of thousands, but that's not good on social media. That is how people consume the world now. That's why, TV ratings matter, but not that much. It's more about, how much you're getting there online, how much people are paying to go to your shows, that whole thing. But I had to pull this one up.
I'm looking forward to this match.
It'll be a match. It'll be a match. Then I guess
okay, just for the record, Riho's return on AEW's YouTube page did 109,000 views.
Okay. I said hundreds of thousands. I was wrong. I tried. I mean, I guess probably overall, that's just their YouTube. I'm sure between their Twitter and whatever else.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not 178 million, but
right. Cool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And and it was over 100 million in the first 12 hours or 24 hours or whatever. Yeah, and that's why I always say it's not there isn't a competition. There's not an actual war. WWE is just playing with them when they want to.
So in this match, it's just Mercedes is going to win.
I assume so. I don't see any reason.
They're not going to give up a belt.
Right. But it's just, that's another former world champion she can put on her resume.
She was a champion. Oh,
yeah. I think more than once, unfortunately.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah. That was that actually happened.
Good times.
Good times. I'm not sure which the main event will be. Possibly
you would think it should be this.
I would think it would be this, but I feel like AEW, Tony thinks he's Bill Watts sometimes, and has to do these honorable time-honored traditions of putting the world title on last.
Yeah, I get that though. That's all right.
It works most of the time, but there are certain times where you need to not, and this one might have been it. Like when Sting's retirement match, but this one having Edge and Christian in Toronto, but it's not their first match back, so it's not as. I still don't understand that either.
They've already gone.
Yeah. I mean, it was in London, but it is what it is. I mean, FTR, for all their faults and annoyingness of who they've become as people, they can still go in the ring.
It's the best match of the night, probably.
Oh, for sure. As long as it doesn't go too long, but I feel like Edge and Christian understand that, and they don't. This will go 20 to 25 minutes and not 30 to 40 minutes like it could, but it should be this will be the best match on the card. It will be fun to watch them, Edge and Christian together. It is cool. I don't know exactly what they're going to do beyond that. I mean, it's not like they can take on the Dudleys or the Hardys, which is kind of what you need for it to have much more legs than, hey, we had a match in Toronto, but is what it is.
Yeah, they kind of blew this whole setup for me.
That's a classic Tony Khan. Just doesn't. That's his booking style, though. And then we have the main event of. I forgot Fletcher's the TNT champion. Holy shit, Jesus! Versus
I don't mind this match at all.
I mean, I don't mind it. I just. Fletcher is one of those guys. I just get upset about Fletcher because I feel like you talk about it all the time of being, having to, unlearn, retrain people, and Jesus, the longer this guy spends there, because he's young too, so he's even more impressionable. That's why Jade Cargill has, she's not as young, but she was impressionable because she was young in her career, so she just took the lessons that were given to her.
I just get a vibe from him like he doesn't. I think he goes as. I don't know why. I don't know anything. I just think he goes along as beat of his own drum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I think he does this. I think he knows what works and he does it because it has worked. And
I mean, I just some of the dangerous stuff I've seen him do, but then again, you're right. That's his company. So work in the parameters you're given. You look at him and you can obviously just see he's got the physical part of it. From what I've seen, he's decent on the mic, but you can get better there. It's not like he's a mute, and he's got the ability. I get concerned for people in this company just because there's not a performance center. There's not a place for people to learn and grow and get better. Unfortunately,
is this a title for title match?
It doesn't say it. It's funny you asked that. I was literally pulling that up on. I went to Wikipedia and then I went to another page through Google, and None of it just says it's the AEW World Title.
Yeah, it
which
wouldn't
makes
make sense. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
Because Paige has got to win. Yeah, Paige has got to win. And Fletcher doesn't need to lose the TNT title. What the hell is Paige going to do with both of those titles?
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind to see Fletcher win.
I wouldn't mind it. I just don't. I mean, because I don't think Paige is the guy at all.
No,
I don't think. I just No. So
they've been through this already. They should.
Right. I was going to say we've been down this road, and what is different than the last time he was champion? It seems like it's the exact same kind of stuff where he comes out and tries to be the uber babyface guy and cut the promo for, all inclusive, which, hey man, I get, like, I understand where he comes from with that, we understand who he is as a person with that, but I feel like it's overkill. Like, where he has to call it the men's title. Like, we get it, dude. Like, that's not how it works. The men's title is the world championship, and the women's title is the women's world championship. That's just the way it works. I'm sorry. Those are just the rules of wrestling. Okay. You're right. I'm just like, I get that people want to have equality of a lot of things, and that's the women get a lot of time on in WWE. They get a lot of time on television. Unfortunately, I mean, look at the card here. I mean, does Toni Storm even have a match?
Yeah, she's up on top there.
Oh, there it is. I forgot about that one. The 4-way match. That was the one I didn't pull up. Thank you. That's what. Yep. Yeah. Well, because I mean, it's a women's 4-way where you got Tony and what is it? Jamie Hayter, Statlander, and is it Tekla or Tekla? Yeah. I still don't know. Yeah.
Tekla.
Yeah. I'm surprised Jamie Hayter is still in the mix. I thought she was done for in that company still from where she said about if anybody doesn't want to listen to CM Punk's a moron, but I don't think anything really that exciting will happen at the show. Like, just be a 5-hour pay-per-view where a lot of matches happen or a lot of spots happen, and yippee!
Yeah, it'll be time consuming. Let's go.
It will. I wonder, and I wonder if it will bleed into Wrestlepalooza, which is not that I think it really matters if they bleed into Wrestlepalooza because people are going to watch. But I think like they're going to try to because it's going to be a long ass fucking show. But
Tony. Now that I follow Tony Khan, Tony Khan's planning a major event sometime in the spring of 2027. So
I would think so. Yeah, I would think he has to.
More excitement.
I feel like that'll be a good topic at one point for a Spaces because I feel like they've got the opportunity, but we're going to see what happens this weekend. And like we were talking about, there's at least 3 matches set up for violence and then other matches that are 4-ways and 3-ways. So we know there's no disqualification. So
So before we started, I turned on my TV and hit the ESPN app real quick.
Yeah,
just to make sure I'm all good. And let's see. The first thing I see is Wrestlepalooza on top of the screen with John Cena, Brock Lesnar. Right there's the picture. Yep. You will probably have the same picture ready to go.
Yep.
Underneath it, it's got a bunch of stuff that, college football and shit like that. But that's their main thing. And they advertised throughout Monday Night Football, and there were both 2 games on Monday night. So they were
okay,
constantly.
Yeah. And then I know I saw like the linear TV. Someone posted like the schedule for the linear ESPN channels, and like every one of them at different points is going to have like the road to Wrestlepalooza and different highlight stuff.
Yeah. That's the thing I wanted to tell you.
Oh yeah.
Nice. When you look at what they offer, hang on, I'm gonna explore and you'll see what I'm talking about. They have here it is. ESPN Wrestlepalooza special. Road to Wrestlepalooza.
Yeah. Road to
Wrestlepalooza in Spanish. The Wrestlepalooza post show. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate shows they got, including the show itself.
Jesus. Yeah. I mean, that's why the partnership is there. Like, it makes so much sense. I mean, I've seen these pictures and things everywhere too. Like, these are how they're advertising it. I see it when, the advertisements you get on social media. I've been seeing them on there. I think it's ESPN. And then every time I go on to YouTube and then the recommendations for the ESPN recommendations, it's all like the interview Cody just did on SportsCenter, or AJ Lee was doing one on SportsCenter, or First Take, or whatever the shows are. It doesn't matter. It's either them in a studio or them, via Zoom or whatever. And they're pretty much having something every single day with the major stars. I mean, look at this card. This is a major star card like this. They've got, again, that back to the comparison. They've got 13 matches on the other one, 13 matches on the other one. And 10 of them are on the main card. This one has 5. And this
Are we
one's
missing something? I feel like you're missing something here.
This is what I've got. No, hang on. Let's.
I feel like there should be one more, but there's no.
This is what I got directly from WWE's
That's right.
Actual website. And now I'm trying to look for the other one here. Matches. Nope, that's it.
Wonder if they'll add one tonight.
I was just gonna say they could easily add one because I feel like Logan Paul would be on this card. He's the one that surprises me that he's not on the card. So we'll see what they do tomorrow on SmackDown. Yeah,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're good. That's it.
Okay. Again, before we get into this, it's super easy to get this. If your TV provider already offers ESPN, all you gotta do is just sign in. That's all I did.
Yep, exactly.
I'm 60. I have zero patience for shit. I really don't.
As we've learned that. Yeah.
I can't deal with electronics. I can't deal with stuff. If it doesn't work the first time, I throw my remote control out the window and then we have problems.
Yeah. No, I remember when I bought my new, I bought one of those desks that stands it that you can raise to stand. And George is like, yeah, I would pay someone to put it together because it took me like 2 hours one afternoon and I put it together. And but I get it, But if even you with zero patience like at all has already figured it out and is ready to rock and roll that easy, like it's. I mean, the app is called the direct to consumer app. If it's too hard to use, that's not very direct. So yeah, they've done well.
Let's just go through it real quick for the people. Yeah. Download the ESPN app. Okay. You go to the settings, sign in with your TV provider. Whether it's if you have a Disney account, you sign in through Disney and you'll get it anyway. You'll get it.
Right.
I signed in. I hit YouTube TV, turned it off, turned it back on. Bingo. Done.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's it's one of those things that's it's almost too easy. Like they've made it as simple as possible, especially which is funny because when they first announced it, that was the whole problem. Is people like, oh God, it's going to cost. I can't figure it out.
Yeah,
like
they
should have told it. Yeah, should have led from the beginning of no, this is the easiest thing in the world. Because I mean, obviously they figured they've done them. They figured it out within the time from when they announced it to now. Like we said when the beginning of the announcement, as long as it's ready to rock and roll by September 20th, that's all that matters. And it's ready. It's been ready to rock and roll. They've had it set up and
going.
And like we said too, they've already put other things on it like that have aired live. So if there were any kinks or any issues or any hurdles they'll jump over, they've been able to do that. So, but getting into the card, I noticed this one. I didn't realize this till I was pulling up the matches and everything of it. But look at this. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar kicks off the ESPN WWE era. So we know this match is leading off the show. That's pretty cool. Like that's smart, I feel like. And that's, I mean, for ESPN, that's, if they ever do documentaries on this back in the actual first kickoff, the first match to be John Cena versus Brock Lesnar is pretty damn cool. But I didn't realize that until because I've got a match I've got match graphics for everything, and this is the only one that says kicks off the ESPN WWE era.
I wonder if that's still around.
I mean, it makes sense to me.
For Lesnar, especially, he's got to get.
Yeah, exactly. Brock, we know how Brock's got to go. If he's not in the main event, he wants to, and I don't think he would be in. I don't think, there's only 2 options for the main event in my eyes, and this one isn't it because of the storylines of it. And I always thought this would be the perfect match to kick out to, because also too, Brock don't wrestle that long. You know what I mean? This will kind of be similar to the AAA match in the at Worlds Collide, where hey, it's just gonna be fun, get the crowd into it. There's gonna be a lot going on. There's gonna be moves being spammed. Brock's gonna throw him around and take him to Suplex City, and then Cena's probably gonna win, I would think, because Cena's only got 6 matches left after this or whatever, or 6 appearances or however it works.
I'd like to offer an apology real quick if I can.
Okay.
I thought today was Friday.
You're good, Thursday. Buddy. No,
you didn't say anything when I said SmackDown was tonight.
I said a little bit later. I said SmackDown on Friday. I was just letting it roll through it. Yeah. No, I'm
looking at the TV breakdown of WrestlePalooza, and it says Friday at 2:00 on ESPN2 is the special. So you're showing that on ESPN2, and it says Friday at 2:00, and I go, okay. I really thought today was Friday. Sorry.
Nah, all good. No,
sorry, people. Fine. I apologize.
No, I always feel bad like correcting people of things because I don't want people to be like, "Ah, he's a know-it-all" or whatever. Like, it was.
I don't mind being corrected when I'm acting really stupid that I have no idea what day of the week it is.
Yeah, exactly. That one was a little bit of a slip, and I worked it out there. We were fine. Yeah, I get you there. Yeah, right. Or if I'm way off, like saying like, "Oh, it's this," you're like, "No, dude, it's that over there." Like I would rather. Yeah, that's why we're a team.
The Road to Wrestlepalooza special is gonna be on ESPN2 tomorrow at 2:00 my time. So
okay, and I think from what I've seen, it's on like a few of the other channels at different times too, like ESPN News.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're really pumping this, and then, like you said, all the ads on ESPN, are all going to be. They've already been this, I'm sure for whatever other sports they have. I know they've got college. I was going to say Sunday Night Baseball, but they don't have that anymore, which still the staple of my childhood.
ESPN still got it for the time being.
Oh, do they? Do that? Okay, they're losing that.
Let's watch the Red Sox and Yankees yesterday.
Yeah, so during those games, I'm sure they had ads for. I mean, it makes a lot of sense too for both companies. It's a better because ESPN was kind of losing some traction and steam as a name, as a brand, and that WWE has been gaining it and pulling forward. But it also gives WWE more of like a mainstream brand name recognition. It's a really smart partnership in my eyes, and I feel like this event will be a major success, and because of that, the partnership's going to kick off and be hot and really do well for them, I feel like. But we'll see.
Yeah, I just hope ESPN does better in wrestling than they did last time through.
Oh,
which was what? Wow, geez, when was it? AWA Wednesday afternoon or Thursday afternoon?
It was 3:30 in the afternoon.
Okay, that was right. Okay,
yeah, some random ass time. And for before that, they had didn't they had World Class for like a season or something? Yeah.
I remember coming home from school and I'd be turning on my TV at ESPN and there's wrestling on. I had no idea. Now that time period, I had no idea AWA even existed, so I had no idea what this crap even was.
Vern Gagne out there.
Didn't know anybody.
Greg Gagne. What was he? What were they called? Like the Jet Set or whatever? I feel like
I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah. Greg Gagne wasn't the most memorable of wrestlers. So
I think if I'm not was Slaughter.
He started there for sure. I don't know if he was.
No, that's the reason why they got the contract with ESPN because of Slaughter.
Yeah, because
if anybody knows different, please comment in the comment section. Right. Let me know.
No, you're absolutely right because he left because of the G.I. Joe deal. Vince wouldn't let him keep the G.I. Joe deal and work for him, so he left and he worked for AWA in that time. No, it was in the A&E documentary. You're totally right.
Good for me.
That's because it's that late 80s period. And that's why he doesn't come back until like 1990 or whatever, or 91 when he, for WrestleMania 7. Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. That's
a rare W for me.
Yeah,
I don't get many,
that's how I felt about Dom. That's how I felt. I was like, Dom won. Holy shit, I was right. I'm never.
Yeah, but you get a lot more W's than I do. I'll be honest with you. You do pretty well for yourself.
I appreciate that. I try. I feel like, yeah. I feel like I remember the L's more often, but no, it's fine. I appreciate that. I just try to look at things logically. That's usually the goal with it. Speaking of second generation stars that are actually talented, we've got 3 in this match: the Usos and Braun Breaker. This one should be cool. I mean, this one makes a lot of sense to have the Usos name. I mean, they are the most decorated WWE tag team, or one of them. They're a big name. It gets Jay on the card. There is some storyline behind it. Is Jay turning heel, or is it going to be LA Knight? Yeah, that's at least it's interesting. Yeah, yes. It gives some intrigue to Jay, and is showing some other sides of him, whether he turns or not officially. It's showing more to him, and I think it's cool to see because he's definitely needed some sort of refresh.
What I'm looking forward to the most here is seeing Jay in the tag team again, and seeing him actually being not blown up through, right?
Yeah,
from the
get-go. That's a good point. I mean? Yeah. And it'll be cool to see them back together within it. I do think Breaker and Reed will win somehow. I think they'll cheat to win. Something will happen within it. Makes the most sense for that to happen, especially for the Vision needs that kind of push because the match whether they win or lose the mixed tag. Punk and AJ Lee have definitely gotten 1 or 3 over on Seth and Becky so far. I'll see. I feel like we got to get a return of payment too.
Becky's getting more punches in though.
Yeah. Yeah, but Becky did have the black eye. So
what did Heyman go? Heyman had to go to the hospital for being choked out. Okay,
right. And I think I think the storyline should be that he used it to have a Parisian vacation because it happened in Paris, right? So he's in the Parisian hospital. Just he's got a view of the Eiffel Tower. They're serving croissants and cafe at the for hospital food. You know, he's just been living it up. That'd be funny. No, it's good. But this match will be cool. It's again, stars in the show. You know, it'll be a fun match. You know, WWE paces very well. The match, you know, all of the matches have some intrigue, but this one really intrigues me because I think they could put the title on Stephanie at this match. I mean, with what they're doing with Asuka and Kairi, I feel like they're going to somehow cost Io one of them or both of them, whether it's inadvertent or on purpose. I think it might actually just end up being on purpose, whether it's Asuka or I'll give shout out to Shub, and he's thinking that Kairi is like the one that's actually being that actually will turn heel and is
that's what I thought too, actually.
Yeah,
I'm with your boy there.
It'd be a fun swerve. It would make sense, and it would be Asuka's the red herring with it or what. I'm intrigued for, and I feel like because of that, Stephanie's got a chance to win it, and. You know, I feel like she's ready for it. I mean, whether they put it on her or not, she's in a big match here with it. And I mean, it's crazy with how when her and Julia signed, everybody was talking about Julia and she was the big star and she's doing well and growing, but that character just had a rocket on her back. And like we've talked about before, you mentioned it before of how she's put in the effort, not only in the ring, but to be able to speak English clearly and be able to cut promos for herself and get over and connect with the crowd. Because as great as her wrestling is, you've got to make that connection. And it's mostly going to happen on the mic. And she's awesome. And
she's doing interviews too, dude.
Yeah, no, she did like the Busted Open interview with just her and Bubba. That was great. I mean, like we talked about earlier, there was her and Rhea Ripley were in the ring together getting pops. Like it worked. It made a lot of sense. And people love her. I would not be surprised. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't win, but maybe I would be. I don't know. At this point, I'm definitely picking Becky to win this, and it just makes a lot of sense.
If there's, like you said, though, if there's a heel turn, I'd rather have it be done on purpose, not inadvertently.
Yeah, that's why I think
I want a clear picture.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's gonna be a heel turn. I do think it'll be, and I think it will be on purpose. I do, because it just makes the most sense. But we will see. Then we've got here's the difference of what's gonna be the main event. I think it'll be the mixed tag. So we'll have Cody versus Drew in the semi-main event, which will be fun.
I don't know what I never know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I don't either. I feel like it's cool. That is good. It doesn't always have to be the world title or whatever with it. But I feel like storyline wise, they try to end the shows with something good for a story to bring you back to make sure you're watching Raw and watching SmackDown. And I feel like that's more from the mixed tag, but we'll see. I do think this match will be a lot of fun. It's kind of the good storyline of Cody and Drew, being former tag team champions, and then, Drew kicking Cody's head in so he can go film his movie, and Cody coming back and attacking Drew. It'll be a good match. These are two great workers, two of the best in the business for sure.
I'm just worried about the rope work. That's all.
The what?
The rope work.
Oh, okay.
You don't like my joke about Dave?
I missed it. I felt like an idiot for missing it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Another L for me.
Yeah. No. Hey, if the person doesn't get it, that's on them.
That's all right.
But this will be fun. Cody's winning.
Dave had talked about rope work being important in a match. And I've never heard the term rope work.
No, I have. That's why I missed it. I do my best to not have to hear Dave. If I Dave,
that one was worth your time.
No, but I'll catch it from where I catch it is with people making fun of it. I just been busy this week with going to 2 concerts and everything. And my wife's got a aunt and uncle in town, so I've been doing stuff with them too. So, but so I didn't hear that from Dave. I've never heard it. Work rate's bad enough, but rope work makes even less sense. That doesn't, yes. I got nothing with it. I do think Cody wins this match, can hold the title. Doesn't make any sense to take it off of him. And then what I do think will be the main event of the card will be the husband and wife mixed tag match, which I do think will be a lot of fun.
It'll be fun. That's for damn sure.
That right? Like, I'm excited to see this. It should be, yeah, no, I'm excited to see this. I feel like there's going to be good story that comes out of it either way. Clearly, AJ Lee is going to be going for the Intercontinental title. I assume Punk and Rollins will be. I feel like they're going to keep Punk and Rollins out as best they can to save it for a Mania if they can, but we'll see. You never know with where things go.
You gotta have the guys start this thing, right?
I would think so, but I feel like that might be where Seth like chickens out and tags in Becky, but maybe Becky's the one who chickens out and tags in Seth because she knows that AJ's crazy.
Because the only way this works is if the guys build up the heat first and then the women come in, and nobody wants to see a wrestling hold from the two ladies.
No. You could have you can do maybe like a random body slam or a hip toss here or there because of different things, but you don't want to be like going back and forth and drop downs and tackles. No. It's got to be more of a brawl, which is why, AJ's got the Luthez press and it'll be a fight. You're right though. It's got to be more of a brawl. And that's why I think Becky will almost start, and then AJ will like either run it or go crazy, and then she'll tag in Seth, and then let the guys build up the heat, and then eventually Becky and AJ go at it because that's what everybody wants to see. So you got to save that. Yes, you got to say you got to let that simmer. You got to let that percolate. You got to let that percolate, and that should be good. So
I'm going to be interested to see. I'm going to be interested to see AJ Lee in this match because like I said, I remember her just being what I remember. It's
right, but it's
my opinion.
But it's also the competition of who she was wrestling against too. That's the other thing.
I said I want to see what this looks like.
Yes, and Becky's Becky's one of the most seasoned and best in-ring talents that they have. So
there's a reason why they put her with like Lyra I can't say her name.
It made perfect sense.
Lyra Valkyria.
Good old Lyra.
Yeah, they put her with Becky for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. And wasn't just the Irish thing was easy for the storyline stuff, but there was a reason why they put it together. Becky's great with that. And Becky's got at this point too, with how well she's been trained, I'm sure she's good at giving training too, with how she was trained by Finn Balor and her time at NXT. And she's a person who wants to get back to the business. Like you can tell with that, with the way she sells being a heel. She's great at being a chicken shit.
Yeah, I like her in this role a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot better than the big time Beck's role where she was too proud and cocky. She's much better at being a little chicken shit shit.
I think I told you couple episodes ago, Becky's good being a bitch. Sorry.
Yeah, no, she really is. She really is. Yeah, no, full wholeheartedly agree. And that's I'm excited for Wrestlepalooza. Not tomorrow, on this Saturday.
Yeah,
Saturday
I'll be right.
4 p.m. Pacific for me. That's good. All out. I think starts at like 11 o'clock my time. That's the other thing too, is doing it that early. It's rough on the West Coast, man. People don't want to watch
do that to yourself first thing in the morning.
Yeah, right. God, no. Oh, Jesus. I don't need to see blood that early. I got to be trying to eat breakfast over here. No, that was but yeah, those are our NXT review and preview of this upcoming weekend. That'll be a lot of fun. Anything else you want to cover? Anything else you want to get to before we get out of here?
I'm trying to get somebody to help us come review for Sunday, but
maybe if we can, great. If not, just everybody be prepared. George and I are going to review both shows on Spaces so I can clip them and get them out on YouTube for us. And then if there's time at the end, we'll do some open mic stuff. But if you guys put stuff in the chat and it catches my eye, if you want to add to the conversation, I'm happy to read the chats in there too. So we'll tune in this Sunday. We might have a guest. We might not. Either way, we'll be able to review both AEW All Out and WWE Wrestlepalooza. Thanks, everybody. Again.
You know what the problem really is, to be honest with you? The problem is getting somebody to want to watch All Out.
Yeah. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. I can't blame them on that.
That's my only issue.
That's fair. And if that is the issue, that's fair. I can't fault them for that. I can't.
Funny.
Yeah, it's true. No, it's fair.
Yeah, stay tuned Sunday for a big announcement also.
Yes. Yeah. It was good. Yeah. We got that coming up too. And then thanks everybody. We've all 300 of our subscribers. We thank each and every one of you. Please continue to like the video, share, leave comments. That helps us out so we can know what you guys like, what you don't like. We can be very interactive. We enjoy it. So, but yeah, thanks everybody for listening, and we will catch you next time. Peace, everybody.